In each of the last 3 weddings I've attended, I have been involved in a dance battle. Allow me to explain. So I'm a fan of weddings. Love is in the air, people are coming together, making a commitment. It's joyous, it's exciting, it's emotional in a good way. It's fun. And the reception is where the fun really starts. The ceremony's done, the happy couple is official, and it's time to just celebrate, make heartwarming toasts, eat good food, and dance, obviously. This is where I really come alive, because for those who somehow don't know, I love dancing. A lot. Like, a lot more than a person really should. Especially dancing like Michael Jackson to pretty much any of his songs. But I also like to freeform it. You know, I'm not picky. I just deeply love the act of dancing. It's like this spiritual release of energy that just makes me so happy. I can't even describe it. I like to think of dancing as a person being filled with this dance spirit or energy. And you have to release the energy from your body. And the only way you can release it is by moving your body in these rhythmic gyrations and twists and flicks and snaps and kicks and twirls and whatnot. Side note, it also makes me really sweaty. But that's what happens when energy is released in a spiritual, physical manner. And that's not important. We don't have to talk about that. Anyway, I have several cousins on my mom's side of the family, and 3 of them have gotten married in the past several years, which is very fun and thrilling. And of course, congratulations to all of them. And I have danced at all 3 wedding receptions, of course. But not only that, I have been drawn into dance battles at all 3 receptions. The dance battle is an ancient tradition practiced for centuries, probably originating with the Mayans, but perhaps with the Egyptians. Scholars are still investigating. Anyway, it's essentially the ultimate contest of dance superiority, usually between 2 dancers, sometimes more, and sometimes between groups of dancers. The dancers in question will usually enter into the middle of a dance circle, or another open area of floor, where others can view the battle. The arena, if you will. And then they have at it, taking turns to prove their dancing prowess, kind of switching the dancing spirit back and forth between each other to see who can handle it best. I think it's really all about letting the spirit move you, and following your heart, and just putting passion behind it. That's how you win. I'd like to say I win most of the dance battles I enter, but sometimes it's hard to determine a clear winner. At each of these weddings, I feel like the community at large kind of pushed me into the battle. I mean, they identified me as a spirited dancer, and then they identified someone else as another passionate artist, and they sort of urged us into the middle of the floor to duke it out. The first time, my younger cousin Jack and I had been dancing for a while, and that night the spirit was with us both. I mean, we had this almost psychic connection that allowed us to practically predict each other's movements and complement them with our own. It was uncanny. Bordering on precognition, I might say. And the result was just pure divinity in motion, to say the least. I don't really know what that means. It's a Michael Jackson lyric and it sounds cool, but yeah. And we got pushed into a battle with the bride's cousins. And they were youngsters with a lot of heart, I'll give them that. But I think we had them beat on form and focus and just endurance, really. So I'd say that seemed like a pretty solid victory. Then at the second of these 3 weddings, I went up against a young kid with a heart of gold and a serious gift for footwork. Just beautiful stuff. And we both gave it our best, we did. But he had the crowd on his side, which is always tough, you know, to work against. And in the end, I honestly think he proved superior that day. I mean, he let the spirit guide him more adeptly than I did. And that's fair. That happens, you know? Can't win them all. So. And in the most recent battle, just this past weekend, I faced a guy who had a couple of years on me and a lot of confidence. Bless his heart. And we battled to Billie Jean. I kind of had the home field advantage there because I know that song inside and out. I mean, I know it like an old friend. My body remembers how to move to that song, and it ain't forgetting anytime soon, let me tell you. This guy had a decent moonwalk, but he brandished it almost carelessly, not giving it quite the honor and distinction it deserves. So I believe I may have pulled through and won this battle as well. Though it's really up to the crowd to decide, so I can't say for sure. And I am slightly biased because it's me, and I take my dancing seriously. Anyway, there's a brief history of the art of the dance battle, and the recent battles in my life. They're fun. They are fun. But also incredibly meaningful to me. And I guess the lesson here would be, when in a dance battle, find that energy, that spirit that burns deep within you, in your soul, and let it guide you, just guide you, so you can release it for all the world to see. That's pretty simple advice. I think you should be able to handle that, and you're good to go. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go write a congratulatory letter to my most recent opponent, commending his noble efforts. The kid's got talent. What can I say? And he's also definitely older than me, so I don't think I can say that. I'll catch you later.